Yesterday, our top story was the big announcement of this new multi-million-dollar movie, TV, and multimedia production studio down in Allen Park.
And it is all part of the new Michigan, and it could mean millions of dollars and thousands of jobs for folks right here in our state. But, of course, you have to be ready and trained.
That's right. And our Paula Tupman is here with some great information about making this transition from whatever your career is now to the entertainment industry.
Yeah, this is big. This is really big, but it's up to us to keep it big. And that really is the caveat here. The entertainment business in Hollywood generates in the neighborhood of $38 billion a year. It employs about 250,000 people. Michigan could see, well, $436 million boost in our economy. We'll take it. Here's the catch. Tax incentives will only bring Hollywood to our door. A ready, willing, and able workforce is what will keep them here and actually grow this industry.
You don't have to look far to know why we have to attract these Hollywood and independent film projects and keep them. You can ask Dan Bondar, who's spending his 50th birthday retraining for a new line of work.
I was actually a general foreman for the GM set, and we traveled all over setting up the auto shows, but they've cut their budget so far back.
Dan is a carpenter. You probably noticed him in the background at the auto show, building sets and creating environments.
I've been laid off for 6 weeks last Friday.
Now he's learning how to transfer those skills to the movie industry. The good news is when Hollywood comes a-calling, it'll find a huge pool of people, willing and able talent, already trained, up and ready to hit the ground running. The bad news is there are 3 levels of ability: apprenticeship, laborer, and boss, and we better be able to produce all of those skill sets and on demand.
One of the concerns that Hollywood has is that there's a lot of good people in Michigan, but they're not trained. They're not yet qualified, because it's in their best interest to hire Michiganians because then they get the 42% tax incentive. If not, they don't.
It means learning a new philosophy, learning the way the entertainment industry works, which is a different culture than the auto industry.
They're not going to come if we don't, because they're used to, and everything that Hollywood does do is of excellence. And they can't come to this area if they don't have excellence.
This is serious business. An almost immediate economic boost of $435 million is on the line. 4 companies, Wonderstruck Studios, Motown Motion Pictures, and Stardock Systems plan to invest more than $156 million to build studios here. And then just yesterday, a 4th, Unity Studios, announced it'll be building a 100-acre facility in Allen Park. These places are planting seeds, but it's up to Michigan workers to force the roots.
Okay, so you know what that means, don't you? A significant workforce here has to get trained up and fast. Now, we're talking about carpenters, makeup artists, electricians, even engineers. Now, coming up at 6:40 this morning, I'm going to tell you how you can actually get trained, how you can tell who's doing what, who's doing the heavy lifting, the brain trust that's actually going to the Hollywood bosses to find out. It's not enough to say, hey, I can teach you how to do makeup. You have to find out how to teach you how to do makeup the way they want you to do it. They've built a curriculum. I'll tell you how the training works, how you can get trained up, and possibly even for free.
And also that complex that's being built in Allen Park, the person bringing it here did talk about our labor workforce being very well trained, at least in building and getting that complex done fast. So
a lot of talent.
He did give us a lot of plus marks in terms of Michigan being a state to have that strong labor workforce compared to other states.
We've got to do some tweaking, and that's very, very important. This is serious business, and it really is up to us to make this happen.
It's great to have the opportunity.
They break ground in 30 days, so everybody's got to get ready. Thanks, Paul. We know Michigan has a big shot at becoming the new Hollywood, bringing millions of dollars to our economy and also thousands of jobs. But there's a but here.
Well, we have to be ready. We have to be trained. The workers have to know what's needed and be trained for it. And Paula Tupman is plugged into the new Michigan movie business.
And you're hearing about a new local training opportunity that we need to know about.
Yeah, this is very important because you need the training, but you have to have the right training. Of course, we've been talking about this huge $435 million economic boost the movie industry will bring to Michigan almost immediately. But the one thing that could send Hollywood a packing is if our labor pool is not up to snuff, not indoctrinated into the culture of Hollywood. The only way to make this new industry really work for us is to have a workforce that is ready to go. But remember, not all training is created equally.
You're watching the future of Michigan. Right now, makeup artistry.
I love it.
Carpentry and electrical engineering also. Not everyone is in front of the camera. The majority of a movie-making workforce is behind the scenes. At the Center for Film Studies, the difference in training is the curriculum came straight from the Hollywood studio bosses.
We've met with the Hollywood producers and studio heads, and we've developed our curriculum to what their demands and credos were.
So instead of just putting out a shingle that says, I'll teach you how to get into the movie business, Mort Meisner gathered the best of those already working in the industry to teach the shift in skill sets. John Jordan is, of course, our Local 4 style editor. He's teaching makeup artistry.
So this seminar is really about, first and foremost, rethinking what makeup is, understanding what is required for the movies.
He's taking cosmetologists and turning them into makeup artists, ready for entry-level positions that could yield as much as $30 an hour, starting.
To work in the industry, it's just wonderful that it's coming to Michigan and to be a part of rebuilding, being a new part of the new Michigan.
Elizabeth Geck already works in the theater at Michigan Opera Theater, but makeup for movies is different.
Whereas in theater, everything needs to be overemphasized and overdone so that everyone in the balcony can see the character. TV and film, you get the camera right up close to your actor, and everything needs to be more subtle.
Carolyn Pepersky owns Artistic Studios of Livonia. She's spent her life building and striking sets and knows how to transfer those skill sets.
These are men and women who have the skill. They just need to tweak it, change it a little bit.
It means everything to Joy Mays.
Our family is having this opportunity. It's not just me. It means everything to my family. We don't have to relocate. We don't have to move. We don't have to run. A lot of people, I think, have run. We don't have to run. We can just stay right here in our home.
Wow, could you feel that emotion? This is really important. Now, the classes at the Center for Film Studies can cost anywhere from $650 to, for the 2-day makeup workshop, to about $1,600 for the 10-day carpentry, lighting, and set building class. But you guys, get this. If you are a laid-off worker, call your Michigan Works Employment Center. Get qualified for the No Worker Left Behind program. It will actually pay your tuition. So you're talking about getting trained up for this brand new emerging industry at no cost to yourself. Amazing.
And also a plus, too, our labor workforce, just talking about building that huge complex in Allen Park, the man who's bringing that here said, you know what, we have a very well-trained workforce, and that's why Michigan was so attractive compared to other states. He says, I don't even know if any other states really compare in terms of having people ready to build those complexes as well.
And that's why this will work, but we have to take it seriously to be taken seriously.
Yeah, we'll also keep that talent here, too, which is great, Paula.